Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm the hated Jimmy Fallon.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We are going to talk about season 50, episode 9, titled I Deserve All of This. How's it going?
Great.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. How are we all feeling? So, Jack, you weren't with us last week, but Amanda joined us. As per
who did she pick to go home? She better pick
I don't
right.
remember.
Okay, doesn't matter. We'll wait.
It was not Christian. I can tell you that much. And you know what? I actually we kind of wink, nudge, turned her. We're like, hey, you should pick someone like Sari for Jack.
You need to slow his roll. He's getting too far ahead.
Yeah, Sari had a really big chance of going home last night. She's
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
on anyone's
yeah.
radar. She just sits again. She just sits there, you know.
Just
She picked Joe for you.
All right.
And I think she is going to be joining us for. So Jack is here this week. Next week we are actually not going to be recording on Wednesday, April 29th, because that is my 15th wedding anniversary. So we're going out to dinner.
Congrats to you
so
both.
Probably will not be watching Survivor live that night. And then Jamie has something on the 30th. Jack is going to not be here for the next few days.
Next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks, yes. So we are going to record the reaction to episode 10 on either May 3rd or May 4th to be determined.
I won't even know what's going on because there's no you can't get good internet on the ship.
Well,
That's what I hear.
I'm so happy for you. So then we'll record on May 6th and May. Actually, you won't be there for the next week, and then you won't be there for the May 6th episode. But you'll be back on May 13th.
Yes.
So we'll have a special guest for either the one for next week or.
I guess it could be Amanda, but she has to do a better job at picking.
She will do whatever we request of her because it is the All Girls Alliance.
I might as well get the Jimmy Fallon idol. I mean, whatever it's called.
The Mr. Beast double boomerang idol or whatever it's freaking called. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, so Jack won't be here the next 2 episodes. We're going to be delayed next week, but we will be recording an episode.
Be here.
And then Jamie and I are going to do something on May 6th is the skip plan, and we'll have a guest. So that is that.
All right.
Let's talk about this week's episode, which was all sorts of bonkers and not in the good way like last week's was bonkers.
You know, I am sad at the result, but this is it. This is where the positive part comes out and stops. But we got to see Jeff actually try to do one of these challenges, which was pretty fun. All of the crap talking towards Jeff, lots of fun. So didn't hate that.
I will say the Jeff doing the challenge thing was the highlight of the episode. It was absolutely spectacular TV.
Here's the problem I had with it. It was, we're going to have a side bet. 4 people. What was the side bet?
The side bet was that if
they could
he outlasted Joe, Tiffany,
that's the bet. What's the
side bet? Yeah.
There should have been, okay, you can do it, but you're risking a no vote. Or you're risking something. There should have been something where they risk something.
Yeah.
They either get the rights or they don't. Right?
They get really confused on the rules in Survivor.
As a tribe, they would have to, or the first person to go out. If they go out before Jeff, they lose their vote.
So okay, okay.
Because he kept saying side bet. It's a bet first. Okay, I'm betting that I think it was because 4 of you.
Everybody was playing to make the bet of immunity, and then the side bet was the rice. That was the side challenge. Regardless, let's not get lost in the weeds here.
I didn't like it.
Let's not get lost in the weeds here. Given that I feel like, Actually, there were several highlights of this episode, but I do think that the best part of this episode was Jeff finally doing a challenge. It was not as cheesy as when he did the rap. It was actually pretty freaking amazing. Like, it started with the "What's in the box," which, you know, how do you not do the Brad Pitt "What's in the box? Tell me what's in the box" thing.
Now, did he's never tried that challenge before, ever? He had no idea what he was getting into when he
the camera.
Yeah,
I would believe that, actually. And there's been a lot of speculation online since the episode aired, and I would honestly believe that, like, Jeff, Fishback and Owen were talking on Know-It-Alls. I don't know if the Rob one from Toronto is out. If it is, I haven't heard it yet.
I haven't seen the Toronto one.
I just listened to half of that one, and then I read through some of the exit interviews. So I think the general feeling is that, like, Jeff is buff, but he's like gym tan laundry buff, not like I can actually, like, I bench press in jeans kind of buff. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't think that.
Well, it's all in the wrist.
It's in the grip. Yes,
you have to have a strong grip.
Yes, and
I mean, Tiffany wasn't even moving.
Tiffany wasn't moving. At one point, Joe was doing it with one hand, and I was like, "Damn, Joe!"
That's because he's a fireman. I bet he holds the hose.
Well, that's true. Mm-hmm.
I bet.
I
bet you.
That's why he's so popular with the guys. You know?
That's how we do it on Survivor.
Get him, Joe.
I actually, my favorite part. So I loved a lot about that.
Not that anything wrong.
My favorite part was everybody, you know, talking smack to Jeff, but like Ozzy, it was at one point it ended up just being the three people from the bench because everybody else was concentrating except for Ozzy, and Ozzy was the one that was like, "You gotta dig, Jeff."
Yeah.
I loved it. I do feel like we got, like, 2 minutes there where Jeff was being himself.
Yeah. Oh, so it was the grip thing. So remember, Charlie said that when he was preparing for Survivor, he spent months
working on his grip,
things that would work on his grip, because he realized that was actually like kind of a major part of the challenges.
You can get weights and just do it,
So
I have one here.
Yes. Christy in the chat said when they heckled Jeff, perfect. That was really great. Honestly, like I love that.
I saw a lot of people complaining about. They said, "Oh, Jeff has to make it about himself." I thought it was actually fun.
Yes, exactly.
Because you got to. It's not the Super Bowl. It's not. I mean, winning Survivor is a big deal, but it's not. You got to have some fun too. It's entertainment.
Right. And it's an otherwise kind of boring challenge, right?
Yeah.
So have some fun with it. I liked it.
And you know what was really great is that the internet was also heckling. Like, the whole internet was afire on the heckle train of Jeff.
Yeah, the only way that they messed up tonight was that they didn't use a challenge with balls.
He could have dropped his balls in front of everyone.
They should have just thrown balls at him.
Yeah, right.
Or it would have been great if Ozzy would have been like, Jeff's dropping his balls. for no real logical reason. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought it was a fun thing to see him just kind of be himself. He's not hosting. And it was great because as he was struggling, you could see him kind of try to host, but he couldn't, which was
yeah. Actually, when Sari dropped, he even was like, "Who went out?" Like, you could tell that he did not expect to have to concentrate as hard as he did, and that because I don't think he practiced that. I think that he lifted for it and whatever and was game for it. But I also think that part of him did not wanted to be like, I beat Jonathan, but also was like, I'm not going to beat Jonathan. Like I need to make a good showing. And he made it 7.5 minutes, which was pretty good. But the funniest thing was at one point he was like, how long has it been? And they were like 3 minutes. And it was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, I do like how we got the reel of like old Jeff and how he would talk to people when they weren't doing a good job. It wasn't quite as good as the bad lip sync Jeff reels,
but he can't do that anymore.
Boo! Get them. Tell them how pathetic they are, Jeff.
No, it's 50. We're in a different era now. We're not in the post 2020 social issues era.
So what you're saying is okay, Boomer? Is that what you just said?
Jeff was the oldest person out there, which we had watched up until that part last night in a private room in a restaurant that Elena had set up. The boys and I went, and I had missed somehow that Jeff pointed out, like, I'm the oldest person here. And while he was doing it, I actually said, like, to the group, I was like, oh wait, Jeff's the old in this challenge. And they were like, yeah, he said that. And I was like, oops, my bad. I missed that.
I've said this before. If this Jeff had acted like this on his talk show instead of uptight Jeff,
he would have been much more successful
because he's more relatable, and I don't mind. I like it when he digs at people because that makes it fun. I mean, it just
that's because that's what you do.
Again.
Yeah,
but he's more of a he smiles more.
We've seen a lot more like old Survivor this season. I think that's just because the old school players are giving us more, like,
yeah,
and even some of the newer ones are like embracing it. Like we had this, we'll talk about it, like the return of the caddy confessional with like Sari and Rizzo's like send off. Now we've got bad blood and you're going away in a getaway car. Like we haven't had those like charisma, uniqueness, talent, or nerve and talent type of confessionals
or they
throughout the new era.
Or they haven't shown us.
I think that everybody is just so after the tone that 41 set, where they were like, we're not going to say guys anymore, that I think everybody has just kind of sort of playing it more cautiously, because everybody is a fan in this era. And nobody wants to be like, everybody that's played Survivor from 41 through 49 probably at one point has been on the Survivor Facebook page and the Survivor Reddit, and like they know how the internet comes for people. And I think that nobody quite wants to, like, it's nobody wants to do that.
Yeah,
I think that the return. I think that this season is giving, because there's a difference between, and did we talk about this last week, or did we talk about some broadcast? Sometimes I can't keep track where I talk about these things, but like I do think that there's a fine line between like what Jeff Varner did to Zeke and like being, and
what Jeff Varner did, he went from the most likable guy
I know
in Survivor history to being
there's a difference. I'm just saying, like, there's a difference between doing that to be for television and doing something like making a confessional like D being like Charlie is the dumbest player to ever live. Like there's a line, and I think that nobody knew how to walk it over this last decade of seasons. And I think that maybe I love the idea that they talked about on RHAP, like Rob and Colby talked about having the 50s be like a decade in Survivor in which it actually, that was an era that paid tribute to the, like, reflected upon the previous, 49 seasons or whatever, where it had more returning players and more whatever. And I like that idea, because I do think that when you come back, you're a lot more comfortable on camera because you've been established as a character that people either love or hate, and to lean into it like Coach, or kind of try to like change it like Ozzy. So
when Survivor first started, social media wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, the access wasn't
just
there.
like AOL Instant Messenger and like the pro boards. Like
so if you actually got to see or interact in any way, shape, or form with any of these people, it's because you ran into them in the wild or at an event. So they did
have a lot of events and whatever.
Right.
People online can be brutal. And
in the era.
There's a guy from Storage Wars. What was his name? He actually was from San Diego, but in Arizona, but he was getting harassed by somebody, and he finally unalived himself.
That's awful.
He just couldn't take it anymore. I mean, it's just like.
But that's the thing is, like, you have
that just recently
happened. Of being swatted or having like bomb threats called against like their family or whatever. Like
there's also There's also something to be said about having this be a season that is like a I don't know how else to explain it, like a token season.
It's like a
where you
legendary,
have-
like a Legends token season.
Yeah, and you have some of these people that come back. I mean, there's been a little bit of chitter chatter with certain players. You probably know who I'm talking about when I say this, but that
Angelina,
there's like a
Savannah,
certain level of manners that you use, like your first round or maybe even your second round on this game. You use these manners and you follow all of the keep it quiet rules after you're done, because you don't want to screw up your chance of being able to come back and play again. But when you hit a token season like this, then
so like
loose lips
Camilla
and
being like,
that you start talking the way that you really want to talk, and you start saying the things you really want to say because you know you're not coming back.
Right.
And so you've got people that go into their character and can build it, and then there's people who break character because they're not getting another paycheck. So they're going to be themselves.
Right. Okay, let's go back, to the actual episode itself.
Be safe, Kimberly.
I did have a question though. How long is it taking Dee to get ready at Ponderosa to come to Tribal Council?
I don't care. She is so much fun as a juror.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I was like, she cleans up nice, is what I'm saying.
She's beautiful. Yeah, she really is. Yes. Okay.
So let's get back to this. So the Christian thing. Just to finish up the everybody taking digs at Jeff. I do like that Jeff did the Gabler thing where he started dedicating it to people in his life, like his stepchildren and whatever else. Like that was fun. Again, it was really, really fun.
Yeah, I know people complained about it.
I liked it. I don't know. Those complainers are dumb.
I didn't see a whole lot of complaints. But again, I was not online.
I saw some. I went on Twitter for a while today, and I said, "Geez."
Oh, that's because you were on Twitter. That's why.
No. Survivor Twitter is better than Survivor Facebook by a lot.
Yeah, I don't go on Facebook either, but on Blue Sky, everybody was loving it. They loved it way more than the rapping. I will tell you that.
I love the rapping too. All right. The other thing that I liked was Joe talking to his sister because there's a big reason why I wanted to play. And then Ozzy, when he was like, Ozzy, Jungle Boy. And Ozzy's like, I'm a jungle man now.
Yes.
So, which I think.
Ozzy told funny.
Yeah, he did. Maybe only Amanda will appreciate this because we just saw a Rocky Horror Show on Broadway this past weekend. But when he said I'm a jungle man, all I could think of was like, I'm a jungle man.
I'm guessing that Amanda probably went there too.
She probably did.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
So what did we think about Joe doing the rock, paper, scissors thing?
I had no problem with that.
I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I don't care. I think that it was really dangerous for him because they had this whole plan of like, maybe there's a good person we can get out. And then he left it up to chance. And I hate that it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out because Christian saving his game unknowingly by a Rochambeau is so perfect for an odds guy. Like, I was like, oh my God, you could not write this better. But unfortunately.
But here's my question.
It didn't work out.
Christian's a smart player. Obviously a smart guy. You don't leave the tribe ever if you can avoid it. He voluntarily went for this thing. He left he wanted to go. And I'm like going,
they're all doing that though. Have you noticed? Like they're all I'll go.
Some of them. They did the rock, paper, scissors because there was only a few of them that wanted to, but
there's no way I'd go. I'd be pissed if someone told me to go. I'd be like, oh, damn it.
Well, it's interesting because he didn't realize that he had the heat on him that he had. And
he backstabbed so many people. How could he not know?
You know what it was? He went for the wrong. He told the wrong person. He told
Serene. He set himself up, and unfortunately, going into this game, I mean, there's nobody else that is going to do better at that puzzle probably that's left than Christian.
So, I have a question about that, actually. Not to cut you off. So if you have an ADHD thing, we need to finish your thought.
Oh,
if not,
no, you're good. I'll come back around to it.
Okay.
I'm old. I've already forgot.
So Stephanie's side quest involved with the arm.
Yep.
And that was kind of like, we were all like, oh, was that tailored to her? Or was that always going to be it? And then Kristen's little side quest was tailored to him because, again, like you said, if anybody was going to solve a puzzle, now what he had, what, 5 minutes
Cerise was definitely tailored to her, too.
Cerise was tailored to her, like, hey, girl, you just got to flip over a bunch of coconuts. And we're going to put a GoPro camera, like, right at the right one. But just, you know, make sure you do it at, like, you know, like 20 minutes.
Someone made a video of that. And it was so funny.
So
they show production camera. Don't look over here. Don't look over here. We're just over here filming.
These are all very low, not low impact, low, what's the word?
Reward?
Like low preparation challenges.
Yeah, easier to prep the stage.
So do you think that as a part of 50, production ahead of time literally sat down and was like, here are some ideas of, you know, quick, cheap challenges that we could do that are tailored at each specific survivor?
I definitely do, and I suspect that if Joe ends up going and he has to put out a fire, we have confirmed his suspicions.
Like Joe,
but he has to use it holding his hand.
Normally we have to build fire, but today you have to put it out.
And the twist is you are righty, so you have to do it with your left hand.
Yes. We'll know for sure.
I was very curious because, you know, once coincidence, twice you're like, okay, no, whatever. But like a third time.
Again, my complaint with production is they're helping to dictate.
They're getting a little too handsy, you know?
I actually kind of like the idea of them tailoring a challenge to somebody's strength, because then, like, sure, it might pay off the way that it did in the past, but it's an even bigger emotional gut punch when
they don't do it.
Something like this happens. And when did he have like 5 minutes to do it? Like, because Kristen's really, really fast at these puzzles. So the fact that
he was stressing out.
He was yes, but it wasn't like he had like a half an hour to do it. It felt like it went really quick.
Yeah. Oh, and can we just talk about like what a genius
interviews? Because
I watched some of them.
Okay, I didn't see him say it, but I also didn't do a whole.
But it definitely went faster than what
he's going to be on Fallon tonight.
Yes, he is. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of dirty looks. I think that what a cool challenge. I mean, take all the other parts out of it. Take the stupid rules about the vote, no vote thing.
The rules were
just the challenge itself. So cool. Like the way that it's set up for him to like have the rope go down as a timer.
It puts more pressure on you than just a challenge.
And gives you like this really cool dramatic shot, you know, as it's being pulled away from the person playing, you know.
Could he do tug of war? Could he hold it with one hand and keep putting pieces in?
Wait, you just grab it like, no.
See, that would have been last week if he had Jonathan on his team. Jonathan could have helped it.
But I mean, it was really great for the purpose of like dramatic storytelling and just like visual storytelling. But it sucked so much because the challenge itself was great, but then the twist of it was so, I don't know. In one hand, it was really interesting that you had to write somebody's name down without actually knowing what was going on.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
That part was good.
But to me, it's not. It's the risk of the. I wish there was I think you said before, Jay, you should be able to go up there and say, no, I don't want to do this.
No, I don't want to do it.
Because it's not worth the risk.
It's not. Well, and he did
also like being forced to vote
even putting the name down, you're like going, well, I don't know what they're talking about. It can't. I'm not there.
Being forced to vote for yourself and announce it to everybody else.
That's the part, because that's where
I don't like that.
Yeah, and that's where production always screws up, because they give us a really cool twist and there's one little stupid thing on it. And if he did not have to tell them, it would have been like, oh, wow, this is a really interesting twist. How is this going to work? How do you work this in your favor?
We could have said I have a double vote.
Yep.
I won and I got a double vote.
That's what I mean. Having to tell them
it was a puzzle. And I got a double vote, but him having to read it in front again. If I had a chance, I'd be like, I'm not doing this, because what good is it? I write someone's name down. They might not even be on anyone's radar.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been talked about. I mean, but again, that's what I didn't like. I said it should be for immunity. If you're going that far, okay, I should win an idol or something like that.
Yeah,
and having to write your own name on there, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that he had to fess up, because you could have at least been given the option to work around it somehow.
Because part of the game of Survivor is lying, and strategy, and they took that all out. And I didn't like it.
I didn't like that either at all. Actually, I honestly, and I'm usually like decently apologetic or like apologist for some of these twists, but like how many times was I like, no, guys, the come together idol where you have to shout a phrase to another person, like
that was the dumbest thing.
Like, I did not love it. Funny moments, but no, like this was straight up stupid. Honestly, this was straight up stupid.
I thought it was really unfair for anybody who would have had to do this. That was
all you did was eliminate a really good player and really good personality.
Right, and as someone like Emily could be like, well, that's why you don't sign up for these challenges. And also you have to be able to play to lie your way out of it. But it's also like...
But you couldn't lie your way out of this one.
Now, for devil's advocate...
Or like, I'll give you my this if you let me whatever, blah, blah, blah. But again, like, every other good player is going to be like, nah, dog. Like,
nah.
Like, we got to take you out.
But okay, can we just have like be devil's advocate here for a moment? Given the situation,
I don't want to, but okay.
Yeah, given the situation that happened at the camp, at least the story we're told, and maybe this is incorrect, but the story we're told is that before he went to this challenge, he said to us, the heat is going to be on Devins. I got to get the heat off of him and put it somewhere else. He accidentally put it right on top of himself because he went and told Sari and mentioned Ozzy.
Yeah.
He has in his exit interviews said he's come to the place now where it wasn't the challenge that screwed me. It was me not recognizing Sari's game. And I love that he did give her, it wasn't like I'm dumb. It was she's really good at this and I forgot.
Well, I was like,
kind of crazy.
What are you doing? Why are you talking to her?
But he gets so many shots because she makes everybody feel safe. It's the myth that everybody
I get it.
And it doesn't really.
This late in the game, you got to be careful what you're saying.
Who you're saying to whom. But now I guess it's been said by a couple of people that the Ozzy and Sari relationship is not like it's. Everybody knows that they go back and that they're friends, from the industry, but their alliance isn't clear,
which is wild because we get so many shots of them together and talking.
But they aren't seeing that, like, because
Sari's probably spending so much time with everybody else that you you're like, I'm in Sari's presence. Yeah. So they're spending as much time with other people as they are with each other. So it's not an obvious alliance like that those three are not obvious to anybody else. So they're kind of like rocking this right now. Those secret alliances are the way to go, as it turns out.
If you can keep it a secret, and I think Ozzy's a perfect person because Ozzy isn't much of a strategist, so he's
trying though. He's trying real hard.
He's trying, but he's not. But he also doesn't have a big mouth. It's like when Devins was telling Emily about I go, what are we doing? Why
are we telling Emily? Everybody knows Emily's telling everybody else everything.
Not the person you want to go to with the secret.
No. And I gotta give the Riz God
a lot of credit.
He's the one that said no, it's gotta be Christian. He's already getting a vote.
Yeah.
He's smart. I love Emily, but she's probably not winning this game. Let's face it.
Well, also Emily's on Christian's Christian.
She tried. She was trying to save him. So
she was. I think she was trying to save him. I think that she made. I think everybody's mistake is trusting Sari, and I think that I think what we're being shown is that Sari, Rizzo, the Riz God, Wizard of Oz, or whatever it's freaking called, like they're her ones, and then she put out like she's got 2s and 3s or whatever, like a hierarchy, and I think that her talent everybody thinks that they are the Rizzo in the situation, but there's only one
Yes.
Rizzo, and it's Rizzo, and Rizzo has correctly clocked that, but he's also, I don't think that he is, like as comfortable with that as Ozzy is, because he's also still, being like strategy. But
Yeah, but
I do think that
maybe
everybody thinks that they're Cerie's number one, which is why everybody
Perfect.
is telling her things.
But
Yes.
you think that Christian was because that maybe he told Emily to go to Cerie about Ozzy, maybe to put the pressure on her? I mean, it's just like
I don't think so. No,
I don't know. Yeah.
and
Because
again in the
Christian had
exit
already-
interview, he
Yeah.
it might have been the one with Dalton. I
because
don't
they wanted
remember.
they all
But
wanted to
he's-
vote her out.
No, he said that when it comes to the situation with Emily, like the only thing he really has to say about Emily is that he was a little bit worried when Mike was telling him, hey, this is like going to be a repeat of your past. He almost cut Emily instead of Mike. And then he thought twice about it and decided not to. And then he said from that point on, she was his number one advocate. Like everything she was doing was like trying to keep the two of them safe. And it was like a continuous thing where he was really grateful that she was still there.
Didn't Christian also joke that he asked production, like, am I actually allowed to get rid of Mike?
He said that to Mike Bloom.
Okay.
Yes,
I knew I
that's
saw it
right.
at some point today.
Because he said he sent a long note to Mike White, but he hasn't heard anything from him.
And Mike has said in his blue, not white. No, wait, white, not blue. Sorry, Mike White has said that he hasn't talked to him since. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, there was a little bit of bitterness there for sure. I do have a note here that I think it's really important that I bring up is that, first of all, Tiffany, she has found herself like in a great little pocket. She was in a dangerous spot, and then within two tribals, she's kind of insulated herself pretty nicely, which I kind of knew she'd be able to do because she's Tiffany and she's great. But to make it even better, I had to write down a quote of what she said in this episode, and she literally said, "I'm gonna keep it straight funky with you." And this is part of why we love Tiffany, because this is like her energy of like, nope, we're going to be real serious when we lay it out here. And
her name doesn't come up anymore. She was on the chopping block there for a while.
And she's cozied up with Cerie, and I like the two of them together.
And Joe. And I think Joe was a real
she's
player.
doing good with Joe from last episode, working that out.
That helped her a lot.
I know you guys you probably talked about, obviously you talked about last week. What about Joe trying to just put down Chrissy's name instead of Chrissy?
Oh, well, we didn't know that at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because we recorded right after the episode. It was Coach said that in his exit interview.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So.
There you go.
Why did Chrissy go before? Why was she going before Coach?
Okay, so they actually did. There has been a lot of chatter about this online, and
she hasn't done any exit interviews yet, has she?
No, she was on.
Did she finally do one?
She was with Bloom, I think.
Okay, good, all right.
She said something about I didn't get a good edit, but
So the general feeling is that easy to blame misogyny, but also just deference of Coach, because it's probably Coach's last time playing. It was his fourth game, that they just ended up. It was Coach just out of deferential.
Well, Chrissy won't be
seniority.
back again either. I mean, not with the edit we saw. I mean, it was like I forgot she was there most of the time.
Chrissy probably wouldn't have gone home if not for being tied with Coach. So I think that was, and I could actually accept that, because this does seem like a final victory lap for
unless there's no difference in pay.
Well, I would also imagine that perhaps there was no difference. That was maybe.
I mean, they're both on the jury. I mean,
if
Chrissy hadn't made the jury, but Coach did, I think people would be outraged.
Well, I don't think they would have done the double one like that. I think that even they know, that's not a twist that we're playing with.
we aren't doing that.
Because then it's Jeff deciding who gets to be on the jury and who doesn't get to be on the jury. Because Jeff's the one that's calling up.
Totally.
So Chrissy's name comes first in alphabetical order, other than Coach, although Ben comes first before Chrissy. But I do think it was a seniority thing, and that was all that it was. And,
Okay.
and I don't.
I
There's
didn't know
so
if you
many
guys had
other
talked
things
about
to
it, 'cause
nitpick
I was
about
like
Survivor.
going,
Yeah.
well, how did they figure that out?
Okay. But yes. So, all right. I guess we just need to talk about Suri of it all and how everybody came to Suri. We got some good strategic stuff from Jonathan. Like, is Jonathan going to the final three? Like, it was
okay. He's probably
like I'm smart all of a sudden.
Probably going to go to the final three, but I have okay, I came to this season already having an issue with Jonathan.
No, voting for him.
So I'm in this. I'm biased against Jonathan already.
Shot in the dark.
Yeah, but that was stupid because.
But that's what I was going to talk about right there.
Shot in the dark.
Jonathan taking when Christian offers that as a way to build trust, it worked from before. Makes sense that he might try this again. That's not the problem. Jonathan taking it and wanting to use it against him, not a problem. This is Survivor. That's smart. The problem is that after he got voted out, he did not need to go and bring that to him. I thought it was crappy. He could have just given it to him at the end of the show.
I think it was damage control. And I think it was damage control. It was jury play, maybe.
No,
and
I think it was rubbing it in his face.
I felt like it was rubbing it in his face. It felt mean.
If you're trying to get, again, in the real world, whatever. But when you're trying to get people on your side to vote for you, if you're in final three, and Christian he's a talker, he's going to sit there and he's going to bag. He's probably on Ponderosa bagging, boom.
He and Coach are probably trying to out talk each other.
Yeah. So I thought it was a stupid move on Jonathan's part.
Yeah, it was just
a little. Maybe you guys are onto something, and I'm not.
Because there was nothing he couldn't use it anyway.
Well, and he kind of chuckled, he kind of when he walked in, it's like. It did nothing to improve my opinion of him.
Any of that. I didn't hear any of
that. The way that people went ape crap over Devins and his idol, I'm like going, I don't understand what the problem was. Why their egos were so bruised that he pulled out an idol, a fake one or not. I go, why are they mad at him? I go,
the only person that I could see
he was loud. I go,
but that was really funny. Joe making fun of him like that was actually really funny. I was like, Joe, you're so funny.
It was really funny. He was like, God, calm down. He rips apart the set.
Yeah, but it was. I was like going, okay, why are we mad about this? Why are we so upset about this?
They're just bitter. They didn't get the idol themselves, and they thought they were going to get the guy, and then, he magically finds an idol.
But he wasn't getting voted out anyway. So I think that the people like Aubrey realized that, if I'm associated with Rick, it's going to put a target on my back.
It's going to be
Emily
bad.
realized the same thing. And I think that's why Emily was pissed, where she was just like, well, now everybody's coming for us. Like, the other groups had the idols. Now we have the idol.
But you even had people like Ozzy and like Joe at first. I'm like going, okay, I just don't get why we're upset.
It's just jealous. It's just jealousness, man.
I think the only problem when you have
just want an idol, it stresses
when you have returning players, and a lot of the players have been around for a while and they're popular, and they I think their egos get a little hurt. It's like sports when they every sport has their unwritten rules that you can't do that, and it's like, okay, you can't show celebration when you get an idol and you possibly saved your game. I mean, I don't get why they were mad.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people dancing around with idols. You had every week being a jerk about his idol.
I think that
as we talked about last week when you weren't here, Rizzo was playing with a caliber of players that was much less than where his brain was at.
Yeah, they were terrible.
I think that I think that some of these people are friends. You've got people like Ozzy and Sri that have always gotten along just fine, so working together is fine. But just because all of these people are part of this special world and this special community does not mean that they like each other.
No.
They're going to play nice, for the public for certain things. That's what anybody, but it doesn't mean they really actually like the other person. And the thing is, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I have this thought about Devins that if somebody gives him any attitude, he's going to be like, well, I don't care about you then. Fine. Like he's not going to, what I mean? I think he's going to be like, well, dumb. I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
I think that in the scene of Rizzo. I'm sorry, not Rizzo. Shoot. The scene where Suri is talking about how, and like they're talking about the Rick thing. And I think that I think that everybody, like, it puts where everybody's head is at in the game, where like Rizzo and Joe and Suri and whatever Ozzy, they're all like, well, this takes the heat off of us. Like, this is great because everybody else is pissed about him. And I don't know.
I think Suri handled it best.
She handled everything the best tonight.
Yeah,
like literally, people are telling her things, and she's like, "That's not going to happen."
Whatever, like you said, whatever it takes the heat off me, and people have to look at me.
That's fine.
Again, I don't know how they're not looking at me, because if I get to the final 3, I'm going to win.
Yeah,
but
and she's not going to let her number 3 take out her number 1.
Exactly, and also just to go real quick, like with Suri's game, and you're talking about Tiffany, like if they had taken Emily out, because even though it would be like a favor for Ozzy, it would still, Tiffany could have gone to Final Tribal and claimed that as her move. And I think that is also a reason why they ultimately decided on Christian. Other than the obvious, like Rizzo was making way better points when they were showing Rizzo and Tiffany, like, and obviously Emily never was even seriously considered in the end because they split the vote on Devins and Christian. So whatever happened there, I think
Ozzy got a couple
showing
votes,
us
right?
that Ozzy got 2 votes, and they were from Emily. I believe they were from Emily and Rick.
Yeah,
I know Christian didn't vote for him.
Devins got 3.
Christian couldn't have a vote. Christian had to vote for himself, and he couldn't.
If I was Christian, I'd just go. Just to let you know, Jeff, I spell my name Ozzzy. That's how I spell my name.
So, but I do think that. I think that it's interesting. I don't know if this was a great Edgic thing. Like Tiffany got a lot of really great confessionals, but at the end, what she wanted to do wasn't even what they ended up doing, but they went out of their way to show us the sequence of her versus Rizzo pitching Christian versus Emily. And I thought that was really interesting.
Rizzo is a good strategic player.
He is a good strategic player.
He was. I go, why are we even thinking about anybody but Christian?
Right, like he's
already got a vote.
Like he's got a vote. Oh, I did have a question. Did I miss this, or could he have played an idol on himself, or had somebody play an idol for him? Like, because it was never a conversation like people being like, Rick versus
I'm sure he could have.
Rick versus Christian, like, will Rick play the idol for, like, is that why they ended up splitting the vote? Because they were worried that Rick would play the idol for Christian versus himself, and that's why
I get him not being able. I get him, understand him not being able to play the shot in the dark,
right? Because you have to give him a vote.
You have to give your vote, but yeah, I think he would. If someone had an idol, they could have played it for him. Why not?
So it's interesting that we did not see that conversation. I do think that is why they ultimately landed on splitting it between Devins and Christian instead of Emily and Christian, because I do think
better chance of fishing the idol out.
That that if either of them realized the target was on them, then that fake idol, would have been played for one or the other.
This is not.
That's gonna make some people mad.
All right.
You get a fake idol.
I do think, real quick before, because we're going to have to move on, because Jack, you only have a couple more minutes with us before you go on to your next podcast. But I do also think that we are going to see the Devins versus Joe thing come head to head. And because we got that little aside from Joe being like, he tried to get my goat, but I
didn't let him.
I didn't let him. And I think
good job, Joe.
If that's not growth, I don't know what is.
Good job.
Think that we're going to see that play out in the future. And
can we hug it out? Can we hug it out?
No, we cannot.
That's the new thing on Survivor. Can we hug it out?
Are we good, man? Yeah, we're good.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we can do tally the votes, and we've got email from Mandy. Here we go.
Mandy!
All right, we're back. We've got email from Mandy, and it's from last week. Did we talk about this? BOGO, finally a positive twist for Suri. Did we talk about this?
I don't recall.
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Whatever. Sorry, apologies, Mandy, if we did this and I marked it as unread for some reason. She says, finally a twist that is positive for Suri. If it hasn't been mentioned, this twist was this. Oh, we did read this email last week. Okay, we did read this email last week. The Fred Flintstone tie. Okay, sorry. New email from Mandy. Mandy says, I know it might have been cringe, but I love Jeff playing the challenge against them. It was not cringe. Not rock, paper, scissors to cover over who you're really aligned with. Smart, Joe. Watching the puzzle fall is heartbreaking, and I hope not a metaphor for his game. Ooh. Hate that I was right. I feel like Devon's getting the idol last week is what put the target on Christian sooner than it would have been set for my iPhone. I don't know. I disagree. I think that Christian telling Suri that it was time to get Ozzy out.
That's what got him.
Let's go back on Jonathan. Backstab.
But that also goes back on Devon's, is that he was scrambling.
Yeah, I mean,
Emily was scrambling too because of that whole thing.
So but I get Christian. If you're talking about really great, smart players, Christian has to be up there.
Yes,
he does. And so if you like Rich Gosling was saying, we got a chance to get rid of him. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah,
he's a threat. He
it's
could win the game.
That simple. It's literally that simple.
I'm very curious if rather than going after Ozzy, I mean, I feel like if he just had any inclination that Suri was working with Ozzy, to me, I would have been like, we got to go after Jonathan. That's who my target would have been personally. Yeah. Because he's the one who's like mad that I betrayed him. Ozzy got over it, seemingly, you know. Yeah. That's who I'm getting rid of.
Ozzy took a lot of pleasure in him not having.
Oh yeah, Ozzy.
He did.
I like season 50 Ozzy a lot. I've always liked.
I just Ozzy, I feel like we were gonna get a shot of like Ozzy being like, "Suck it, nerd."
And he did. It was like, "Oh, brother, that must hurt."
That's too funny.
Let's move into tally the votes real quick. I know we'll probably have more things to say, but I know that Jack's time is limited here.
Yeah, I gotta go after tally the votes.
Okay, so then let's do tally the votes. As for preseason picks, we all had Christian making the merge, so we are all gonna get points for that. So Jack now has 10. Jamie, how many do you have now? Is that 5? Wait, how many do you have? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Jamie now has 5.
Wow.
And I have 9 going into this. Okay.
Ooh.
As for who we had going home next week, Jamie had Devon's, Jack Manda had Joe, and I am now.
What was I thinking picking Joe? That was never going to happen. Man, I was just not thinking last week.
You weren't thinking, but your hair looked really nice.
Oh, that's I haven't heard that in a long time.
Your hair was spectacular. Like plus 10.
I might even give you an
point for the beautiful, luscious red locks that you had last week.
35 years. It's been a while. You used to have great hair.
All right. It's supposed to be a single vote off next week. We're seeing Mr. Beast. Ugh.
They were talking about not cutting his part out because some of the things that's been going on.
Apparently, they told Dalton Ross, but it could just be all PR BS, and it was always whatever, that they lessened. Like they edited some of him out, but who knows? Like honestly, who knows? It could have just been.
I'm just saying he does a lot of good, but there's a lot of bad press out there too. So, but
he's a mixed bag. He's a mixed bag.
When you're that popular, people are going to attack you.
You bet.
Right. He's a mixed bag. But I do think
building wells in Africa, I don't think is a bad thing.
Yes, building a
neighborhood water to people
for employees that essentially. That house them is wonderful, but then they are also homeless if they have to get laid off or want to quit. So that's all. There's also the ethics involved in that as well. Okay, let's make our predictions for next week. I think it's going to be either Emily or Devon's. I'm going to go with Emily because I think that this was the you give Suri the vote she wants, which is Rizzo, or I'm sorry, Rizzo. Suri gave Rizzo the vote he wanted this week, even though it was the right thing to do. And I think I think people are tired enough of Emily shenanigans and Ozzy wants her gone that Suri is she gave one child a lollipop. She's now going to give her other child a lollipop or an ice cream.
Lollipop.
Ooh, so I think Emily goes next week. And I think that it is Suri's, dessert that she is letting Ozzy pick
Yeah,
out.
I also was going to pick Emily because I feel like it's going to make Suri has Tiffany now, and Tiffany is the new Emily, and Emily is going to get cut.
Well, and I also think Suri is also annoyed because Emily and the rice thing, which it was
I
a
think
lot of
that's-
rice, but like
I think
everybody
that's
was happy.
why
Did they make all the rice?
I think they did.
I mean, Rizgod he was holding it with two hands.
They made 5 cups of
They
rice.
made a lot. They made 5 cups of rice. Like, that's a lot of rice.
Yes.
I like that Suri was like, girlfriend, I have been doing this since before your mom even thought about you. Like, I know how to make rice, and I will make some damn risotto if I want to out of this rice. So like, that was really funny. I think that Emily I think this set the stage for Suri's blessing, the kiss of death to Emily next week. So that's why I'm going with Emily.
All right, I would go with Emily, but I think she has no chance to win. And I think Devins is the bigger threat.
I think Devins is the bigger threat, but yes.
Devins could win the game, whereas I don't think Emily has any chance to win.
Well, one thing,
I mean, I could be wrong, but because we're just going by the edit, but I think if I'm Suri, I'm keeping Emily around because I want to go against her at Final 3. Of course, possibly. Again, whoever goes against Suri in Final 3 is not winning.
But as soon as she cuts Emily or Devins, she's got to cut the other one because they and Christian will be the hype people. But again, you know what? Suri makes it to Final 3. Suri's getting votes across, like everybody's voting for Suri except maybe Jonathan if Joe is on the jury, and like, or if it's not, if Joe is on the jury, I think Jonathan might throw him a vote. If Jonathan's on the jury, I think Joe might loyalty throw a vote. But like, I think that would be it. It would be like, who's going to have the one vote to determine second place? Otherwise, I think Suri wins. Like, unanimously.
At a popular player of all time, Suri is up there, and again, she's playing a great game, even if it's under the radar because people don't know.
Which is crazy that people are seeing it as under the radar, but everybody knows how she plays. We're seeing so much of it. She's got like a way bigger edit than she did in Game Changers. Was it Game Changers? Yes, where she got totally screwed by never going home without any votes against her. She always gets screwed by the twist.
Yeah.
That we're seeing so much more, and I really hope that, I don't know. I think that a Suri win would be the perfect ending to season 50.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
But on that note, I got it.
All right. Good luck with your other 2 podcasts tonight.
Take care.
Talk to you guys in a month.
See you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yes.
Bon voyage.
Oh, you know what? You'll be back just in time to make your picks for the final, because you'll be back the penultimate episode.
Oh, because the final is the week after?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I don't want Amanda doing it. Jeez.
Well, you know what? After next week's episode, after the episode that airs on the 29th, episode 10, you text me and Jamie who you want, and we won't let Amanda pick for you.
If I'm on the ship,
No, you're not on the ship next week.
I'm not on the ship next week. Okay.
I think you're doing shipped, but I don't think you're on the ship.
Just let Amanda pick. I'm just kidding.
You're doing ship.
All right. I got to
I'll find out, and I'm going to see you on May 1st or May 2nd or whatever it is. May 1st. I'll get your pick then.
Okay.
And if not, I'll let Uncle Jerry pick for you.
Oh.
He doesn't even watch anymore.
I'll still let him pick.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to give me your pick. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Jamie, everybody, to wrap this up, any last thoughts about where we stand here? Just for context, Jack had Devins in his final 3. I had him pre-merge. Jamie had him merge. So if he goes next week, Jamie and Jack will both get points. But for that, I won't get any points. But whenever he goes, I won't get any points either. As for Emily, we all had her making the merge. So Jamie and I would get 2 points if she goes out, and Jack would get 1 point.
I got to do something to catch up. I'm just telling you what. I am really sad that Christian is gone. Yes. Obviously, he's such a great storyteller. He's a wonderful character to have around. I am very curious as to how much people actually trust each other when watching yesterday, it was like, God, it really seems like other
Yeah.
than Jonathan and Joe, and maybe Christian and Emily, it just, I don't even know. It just feels like everyone's alliance doesn't actually trust their alliance that much. Like everyone is extra.
I disagree.
I think like Suri and Rizzo, solid. I think maybe Ozzy too. I think that is probably the strongest alliance that exists. But it's if you look at it as the old school and the new school and the middle school people, the way they were separating it, it's interesting that you get paranoid. They were getting paranoid of the middle people, just last week or whatever. It just doesn't feel like they are working together in a way like where they really trust each other. They had the upper hand after cutting. Having Coach and Christy gone gave them the upper hand, and they like the one side, and they completely lost it because I don't think they're as close as.
Yeah.
They're just not. I just don't think these alliances really, really trust each other.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think that there was enough pre-gaming going on that what they have is solid, and I think that the fact that everybody trusts Cerise so implicitly,
how does this game blow up if she's gone? Like if she's out of this, if we lost her this week instead of Christian, where did the chips fall then?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because we have Ozzy and Rizzo. Did they stick together, or does Ozzy go to the old school? See, I think Suri is really like she usually is like the pole in the middle of this maypole,
Yeah.
Every time. Every single time. If she's gone, I think all of the alliances switch.
Maybe.
Except for Jonathan and Joe. Those boys are sticking together.
I think Jonathan, Joe, Stephanie would still be a thing. I think Ozzy might be a little bit lost, and he might just stay with Rizzo and maybe even go back to Emily. I don't know, without Suri. So I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I did not like. I think that Christian got completely screwed. I don't like that he had to vote for himself. I don't like had to tell everybody that he.
That's the worst of it, for sure.
I think that is absolutely BS, and I don't think that is fair.
You're going to be watching Jimmy Fallon tonight to see if he gets a.
Yeah, I'll catch the clips in the morning because Fallon comes on at 10 o'clock,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch it in the morning, but. I don't like that, but I think that it will be a funny episode of Jimmy Fallon. It'd also be really funny if like Stephen Colbert was like, Christian, come be a guest on my show. And I'm like, man, I don't think that'd be really funny. But
I grabbed somebody's thing yesterday on Skyline that was talking about like this. Conan O'Brien would have never done this.
Yes. Anyway, on that note, everybody. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week on either Sunday the 3rd or Monday the 4th. We'll see you then to talk about episode 10. I just Googled it. I Googled is episode 10 of Survivor season 50 a double elimination, because it occurred to me that there's like 9 left, and that would still put us. I did the math while you were talking. That would put us for the finale at a final 7. So there needs to be at least one more double elimination. But I'm going to guess that since we have the Mr. Beast twist next week, and that's going to take up probably some time.
Yeah.
That the double elimination will be in 2 weeks on May 6th.
Let's hope so.
Because then we have the penultimate on the 13th, or maybe they get rid of 2 people. I don't know. I think the promos will tell us, though, like, because they were pretty good about telling us.
Double the consequences.
Everybody also can do math. So, yeah. Anyway, that's why I didn't do the double this week. I think that next week is probably going to be a single because of the Mr. Beast thing. But yes, on that note, everybody, thank you for listening. We'll see you soon. Having fun talking about Survivor with you all. If you want to be a patron, patreon.com/JanJack. If you want to send us an email, survivorjjc@gmail.com. Thanks to the patrons that contribute a certain level. The Eckhart Nerd, Joanna with the Plan, Ed the Creepy Poopy, and Nana. Thanks, guys, so much. And yes, we'll talk to you soon. And we are going to do an All Girls Alliance bonus show at some point soon. Shandy is currently in France, so we can't. She's got to come home and catch up on the 4 episodes that she'll have missed when she comes, or 3 episodes she'll have missed when she comes back. But maybe before the finale, we can do one.
There you go. Yeah, that's like 6 hours. She's got 6 hours of
Yeah.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, Shandy. You got this.
Although
girl.
she did, before she left, she did a deep dive on Mr. Beast because she didn't know who he was.
Oh,
and she was
okay.
like,
Interesting.
She was texting me as she was reading about it. I was just like, yeah, keep going. I was like, all you really need to know is it's like he's like crack for the elementary, middle school demographic for some reason.
Yeah, and his candy bars are not all that hype.
No, although my children like the Feastables and they're gross. But I think a lot of chocolate is gross. So
yeah. Mine are really picky too. So
yeah. All right. On that note, we'll see you guys next week to talk about episode 10. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
Oh, and that's it.
That's all she wrote.
Peace out, everybody.
Get away.
Bye.